If you've ever found yourself overwhelmed by the constant noise in your mind, battling with your inner dialogue, or wondering who you really are beneath all those thoughts, then today's video is for you. We're diving into a profound quote by Michael Singer, author of The Untethered Soul, that has the power to change how you see yourself and your mind. Michael Singer said, "There is nothing more important to true growth than realizing that you are not the voice of the mind, you are the one who hears it." Let's explore what that means, why it's so important for our growth, and how it can transform the way you experience life. But before we get started, if you enjoy this content, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps support the channel and allows us to continue creating videos that help you grow and find peace. Thank you for your support. Every single day, our minds are constantly active. From the moment we wake up until we go to sleep, our minds are running non-stop, filled with thoughts about our plans, our worries, our desires, our memories. This constant mental activity shapes everything we do, and for most of us, it feels like our thoughts who we are. When you think about it, so much of our experience of reality is shaped by our mind. Whether we feel happy, anxious, excited, or worried, it's our thoughts that create those emotions. It's easy to feel like those thoughts, like they define who we are. But here's the truth. What if you could step back and question that? Let's dig into this. You are not your thoughts. It might sound simple, but it's a profound truth. Too often, we identify with the voice in our heads. It speaks in the first person. I'm anxious. I'm stressed. I'm not good enough. But consider this. What if you aren't those thoughts? What if there's something deeper within you that's simply observing them? Imagine you're sitting in a quiet room and your mind is racing with thoughts. Thoughts about the past, the future, your mistakes, your fears. It's overwhelming at times, right? But if you pause and truly listen, you'll realize you are not the thoughts, you're the one observing them. You're the awareness that notices those thoughts, but you don't need to get tangled up in them. This is where things get really interesting. You're not the thoughts you hear, you are the one who hears them. Think about it. Your mind can create any number of thoughts, and you're aware of them, but where does that awareness come from? It's not the mind itself, it's a deeper aspect of who you are. You are the awareness behind the mind. It's like watching a movie. You sit in the theater watching the characters on the screen, but you're not the characters. You are the observer of the movie. Similarly, the thoughts in your mind come and go, but you are not them. You are the one watching, the one who is aware of them. This awareness, this part of you that notices the mind's activity, is the key to finding peace. When you realize you are the observer, you shift from being lost in the mind to being at peace with the mind. Now let's talk about what happens when we identify too strongly with our thoughts. When we think we are our thoughts, things get difficult. We start to feel trapped. We get caught up in worries, doubts, and fears. We may feel our worth is determined by our thoughts. When you identify with the mind, every little negative thought feels like a threat to your identity. Every worry seems like something you need to solve right now. But the more we get tangled up in these thoughts, the more we lose touch with our true selves, the part of us that is at peace no matter what the mind says. Think of it like being stuck in a storm. The rain and wind, your thoughts are howling around you, and it feels like the storm is. But if you step back and realize you are the sky, calm and vast, you'll see the storm is just passing through. This is where true freedom comes in. When you realize you are not the voice in your head, but the one who hears it, you begin to see that your thoughts don't have to control you. You no longer need to react to every single thought that passes through your mind. You don't have to believe everything your mind tells you. You don't have to react with fear or anxiety every time the mind brings up a worry. Instead, you can just observe it, let it pass, and return to the stillness within you. This shift doesn't mean you stop thinking altogether. It means you stop with the thoughts. You don't let them define you. You stop being so attached to the ups and downs of the mental landscape. The real magic happens when you begin to embrace the space between thoughts, the moments of stillness that exist between the mental noise. When you stop identifying with the thoughts, you create space for a deeper, quieter awareness to emerge. In this space, you experience peace, clarity, and freedom. Next time you find yourself overwhelmed by the constant stream of thoughts, take a moment to step back and remind yourself, I am not the thoughts. I am the one who hears them. This simple shift can create a profound sense of inner peace. It's like turning down the volume of the noise and finally hearing the silence that's always been there. And in that silence, you find a deeper connection to your true self.